Sehr geehrter Herr Präsident Sisi, ich freue mich, Sie hier im Kanzleramt begrüßen zu können. Es passt, dass wir uns heute Mittag schon am Rande des Petersberger Klimadialogs, unsere beiden Länder machen sich gemeinsam stark für die Pariser Klimaziele. Im November wird sich die COP27 in Ihrem Land versammeln. Es ist ein ganz wichtiges Treffen. Wir sollten die Konferenz in Sharm el-Sheikh nutzen, um insbesondere die Länder in den Blick zu nehmen, die besonders vom Klimawandel betroffen sind oder in naher Zukunft sein werden. Hier braucht es spürbare Unterstützung seitens der Weltgemeinschaft. Gleichzeitig müssen wir in aller Welt das Tempo hochhalten, um möglichst überall den Ausstoß von klimaschädlichen Gasen zu verringern. Vor wenigen Wochen erst haben wir uns in der Europäischen Union auf sehr weitreichende Beiträge verständigt. Und wir hoffen, dass sie andersorts nachgeahmt werden können. Wir müssen vorankommen, die Vereinbarung des Pariser Abkommens wirklich umzusetzen. Wie Sie wissen, habe ich einen offenen und inklusiven Klimaclub vorgeschlagen, um die Dekarbonisierung der Industrie voranzutreiben und zu verhindern, dass sich dabei neue Handelshürden auftürmen. Die G7-Staaten haben
to face climate change.
Einen solchen Club bis Jahresende zu gründen. Ich freue mich über jede Unterstützung, die diese Initiative.
Regarding the attempts and initiatives which took place, we are very happy to receive any kind of support to what we are doing to support these efforts. One of the most important things which were tackled in the negotiations, the Ukrainian war and the challenges we are facing regarding this file. Many of the states which is living in the struggle are very much negatively affected by the war. Russia launched its war against Ukraine, and this caused a lot of losses to the international community, and so we should take a decision, a collective decision against this aggression. Egypt plays a pivotal role, an important one, for example, in stabilizing the situation in Gaza. This is in addition to its pivotal role in stabilizing the situation in Libya, to have fair and just elections in Libya. The historical relations between Egypt and Libya celebrate 70 years since establishing the first diplomatic ties between the two countries. Our relations are based on full respect and appreciation. The German school in Egypt, in addition to the scholarships of Germany which were presented to Egypt, are of the examples, in addition to the number of companies and institutions which are working in Egypt, reflecting the full confidence of Germany in the resilient Egyptian economy. And so I'd like to start dialogue, a global dialogue regarding the climate change to improve the circumstances and the situation. Joint cooperation is very important, and this is an example between Egypt and Germany. It's based on the joint understanding and common understanding, common visions. We want to develop the mutual understanding between the two countries. This is which is going to affect positively on the relations between the two countries. particularly that Germany, as a big country, considers industry is a very important issue. Green hydrogen, for example, is one of the future projects, so we need to import it from Egypt. Egypt has a lot of potentials and a great opportunity in this field. This will enable us to achieve economic cooperation between the two countries, and we are going to do this. This is going to be a very strong signal of cooperation between the two countries. In the name of God, most merciful, most compassionate, Your Excellency, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, first I'd like to thank all I'd like to thank the German people and administration to receive us, and also to thank the German side on the fruitful discussions which took place between both of us, and also on the consultations and coordination between us on how to face the big challenges witnessed by the world today. Last year's witnessed such a leap in the relations between Egypt and Germany in all fields, and as I stressed to the German Chancellor, that Egypt is keen to continue with boosting the relations between both countries and both peoples, particularly as we are celebrating this year 70 years of diplomatic relations between Egypt and Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, I expressed to Chancellor with the mutual coordination and cooperation between Egypt and Germany. There is such a German partnership in the development of Egypt, and particularly with the giant mega German companies which are working on the ground in many vital sectors in Egypt. Councillor Scholz, the international community is witnessing a lot of challenges in a very critical position, which requires consultations and coordination always there to fight or to manage all these challenges in this frame. I was happy that we exchanged our points of view regarding a lot of files of mutual concern. I explained to Chancellor Scholz the readiness of Egypt to host COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh next November, and we are preparing to host this summit, and because of this I am here to participate in the Petersburg Climate Dialogue. It's an important dialogue to achieve progress regarding this issue, which is a big challenge to humanity at large. Also, our talks tackled the international economic situation as a result of the Ukrainian conflict, regarding the crisis of energy and food security and the unprecedented challenges and the unprecedented negative repercussions which are witnessed by the economic markets, and we agreed to shoulder the responsibility to find mechanisms and solutions to alleviate the burden on many countries which are suffering under these circumstances. And we also tackled a number of issues, regional issues of mutual concern regarding stability in the Middle East, as I stressed to Councillor Scholz that Egypt, coming from its historical role, is keen to continue with its sincere efforts along with its allies and sincere partners to manage all the reasons and causes of tension, and we agreed on continuing consultations regarding regional files, particularly the Palestinian cause, in addition to Syria and Yemen, and also how to face illegal migration in addition to fighting terrorism and extremism. Also, we discussed the developments of the so-called Ethiopian dam, and how Egypt is keen to continue preserving its national water rights. We also discussed how to boost our cooperation in the field of energy, whether with energy or with the European Union, as Egypt is ready to put fundamentals and pillars of cooperation between Egypt and Germany, whether through exporting natural gas or through the European partnership, as Egypt is being prepared to be an energy hub, also regarding the green hydrogen and solar energy, and we appreciate the partnership with Germany. In this frame, I discussed with Chancellor Scholz a number of issues, which is human rights issue, with the vision of the Egyptian state regarding this issue. All citizens have the right to lead a good life and to be protected. Also, many of the steps we launched the National Strategy for Human Rights, which includes executive steps and mechanisms to follow up what's going on the ground with the participation of the NGOs, also the national dialogue, and to end the emergency state in Egypt. Your Excellency, Councillor Scholz, I once again thank you for the warm reception, and I'm eager to receive you in Cairo as a dear guest to instill the pillars of friendship between our countries, which we do appreciate it. Thank you very much. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Riham Istahli from one of the Egyptian satellite channels regarding the crisis which is taking place and faced by Europe. Have you discussed how this is going to be fixed as Egypt introduced its vision regarding this file? We tackled this issue. We talked a lot in the frame of speaking frankly, that the energy is a crisis, not only with the energy resources, but also with the costs of these resources and these supplies, which are really affecting the prices on all the countries, in all the countries, of course including Egypt. And here I said that full coordination and cooperation among different countries is very much required to solve this crisis, particularly the energy crisis. And I'd like to say that we signed a deal with the European Union regarding this issue, and the Egyptian readiness to introduce all the facilities regarding the gas which is found in the east of the Mediterranean to Europe to alleviate the repercussions of this crisis. Also, Egypt was very much aware, despite the fact that there were no crises. We had the Mediterranean Gas Forum even before knowing that there is going to be a crisis, just as to boost the energy resources in east of the Mediterranean and to benefit from all the capabilities and potentials are found in Egypt to export this gas to its consumers. In fact, my talks with Chancellor Scholz, that the challenges which are found in the field of energy requires full cooperation to alleviate all the negative impacts. And when it comes to Egypt, all the concerned ministries are ready to share with the European Union and with the friends in Germany to continue with studying this issue.
Herr Präsident, ich würde auch sehr gerne noch mal an diese Gasfrage anknüpfen. Sie haben erwähnt, dass Ägypten bereit ist, Europa und Deutschland zu beliefern. Vielleicht können Sie noch etwas konkreter sagen, in welchem Umfang und was Sie als Gegenleistung von den Europäern und gerade von Deutschland erwarten. Investitionen.
Sir, would you please, if you can give us more data about how Egypt is going to export or supply Germany and Europe with natural gas, and what the Egyptian state can give or can introduce to Europe in this very critical period, particularly in the frame of the protocols and deals which were signed recently, as Egypt also is playing a pivotal role in the Mediterranean region. Can you give us more details about this issue, the supplies of natural gas? Let's say
لما بلتقي مع يعني في مؤتمرات مثل هذه المؤتمرات يتم طرح السؤال ده، والحقيقه المره دي انا عايز ارد عليه بشكل مختلف.
I want to answer this question in other words. I'd like to invite all those who are keen to know more about this issue to visit us in Egypt, and we will give him the chance to meet everyone and to speak with them in person. And everyone who is going to visit us and to speak with all concerned bodies, it's normal that, of course, if I'm going to talk about this, people are going to know that I'm going to defend our cause. Please let us know how the Egyptians are living, and what about Decent Life Initiative, about the freedom of expression, about the National Dialogue Session. Please just come and witness this yourself on the ground, and all what I'm asking you to do is to convey the message, or to say what you've seen in Egypt. And because of this, I wanted to answer this question first, because I've been asked this question more than once. Maybe the image is not clear. Please come and visit Egypt. And many of the German officials, I asked them to meet with people and to speak with them without any kind of intervention from our side. We do not care about this file because you are asking about it. We do care about this file because we do respect our peoples and we do love our peoples. These are actions, not words. We do respect our peoples as you respect our peoples. We do care about this file, not because you are asking about it, because this is our responsibility, our ethics, our historical responsibility, our responsibility against our people as human beings in the first place. What about the gas issue? What's the return? The relation between us and Europe, it's very much bigger than giving something in addition, in return of something. We do have cooperation fields in many aspects. As I said, the energy crisis is very difficult, and it's really having its negative impacts on the economic situation in Egypt. The subsidies we are giving the people, or we are implementing in Egypt, we cannot raise the prices more than that on the Egyptian citizen. If this happens in Egypt, these are things which will not be, which the citizens are not going to be able to bear because of the inflation the whole world is suffering. So we'd like to ask our allies to help us in that, and also the international economic institutions like the World Bank to help us to send a message to them that the reality do not bear the standards or the rules which are implemented on the ground right now in the frame of the crisis the whole world is suffering from. All what I can say that all the gas which is coming from the east of the Mediterranean can be exported to Europe with the potentials we have. And if there is a role we can play to alleviate the sufferings or the negative impacts of the crisis, we will do it.
جزيل الشكر. أريد أن أعلق على هذه.
I'd like to comment on this question. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
أود أن أقول أن هناك.
And I'd like to say that there is a very long route of industrial relations between Egypt and Germany. The engineering industries and the mega projects are on top of the agenda, which shared or participated in the mega or the leap in the infrastructure in Egypt, particularly in the last few years. Building a number of factories and stations.
قصير الأجل نستطيع أن نقول محطات الإرسال لتصدير وإمداد الغاز الطبيعي إلى أوروبا وإلى ألمانيا.
And also I will speak about the Egyptians' keenness to export natural gas to Germany and to Europe. Regarding the current global crisis which is taking place, we cannot depend on only one source of energy. We do have a number of partners who share us the same point of view regarding human rights, the human rights issue. As President Sisi said, we tackled this file. Also, we talked about, or we tackled the Libyan crisis and the necessity to hold fair elections there to end the crisis, to reach a settlement. We reached a joint vision regarding the Libyan crisis. Thank you very much.
إذن مشاهدينا الكرام تابعنا